О, смотри, 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 идет сюда. Офигеть, сейчас.
That was in a town called Toropets, Russia, as a huge munitions warehouse was attacked by Ukrainian drones last night. And as you can see, the town of Toropets was evacuated due to the attack. And of course, now there's massive fires going on that the firefighters have to fight and all that. But this is definitely a deeper attack inside of Russia, guys, as NATO has been discussing. It's 250 miles east of Moscow. So this is further into Russia, than they've been before. So we'll have to see how Russia responds to this attack. Because, like I said, this is definitely deeper inside of Russia itself. But we know their red lines have been crossed many, many times, and we don't know how the playbook is written. So, nonetheless, that was a big explosion and a big loss for Russia, I'm sure. But a bigger story than that is this. Large Israeli military convoys are now moving toward the Lebanese border, as we've got numerous reports of round 2 of electronic devices exploding around Beirut and throughout Lebanon and around the world, because they're just detonating these things remotely. So here we go. As of 10:56 a.m. Eastern on 18th of September, numerous reports are flooding in saying electronic devices are again exploding in Beirut. And yes, it's all over Telegram. I've been all over it this morning. And it's not just pagers and two-way radios, as some of the media reports are saying. It's also phones and other electronic devices, even solar panels. Homes with solar power are blowing up. Cell phone stores are blowing up from this stuff. So it's not just pagers, guys. But here we go. What makes these reports different from yesterday is they're saying electronic devices, not just pagers, are exploding all over the city. Apparently, many of the devices exploding were left at home and in cars. Buildings and cars throughout Beirut are now erupting in fires as the devices explode. You can see homes going up, like this one here too. More fires from these devices. There's a vehicle that's on fire. Info now coming in that points to walkie-talkies among the devices that are being detonated. Yep, these are the two-way radios that Hezbollah likes to use. Now, it's important to keep it in context, guys. The pagers that exploded in Lebanon were not solely used by Hezbollah resistance fighters. These are also employees of Hezbollah's institutions, which include civilians, a lot of them, who also use these things. It's important to note that Hezbollah is a political party, part of the Lebanese government, and it operates various civilian institutions such as schools, hospitals, and media outlets. Consequently, this attack did not target soldiers exclusively, but civilians as well. Indeed, that's why it's a terrorist attack. Moreover, there are reports that some individuals purchased and used these pagers from the market, further highlighting that this was an indiscriminate attack, not limited to military personnel. And so there's video here if you'd like to watch them. Of course, YouTube flags it every time I put one of these up and restricts the video. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. They restrict me anyway. But two-way radios and more pagers appear to have been detonated in Beirut and Baca and elsewhere in Lebanon about 20 minutes ago. That was this morning. 11:49 Eastern. So widespread and indiscriminate are the Israeli attacks that even cell phone stores are seeing their phones blowing up and setting the stores on fire. And there we go. Why else would that be happening, guys? The phones are being targeted as well. Tablets, phones, I imagine they could do this to anything with lithium batteries and electronics in it. Israel's attack is so indiscriminate, it's also causing solar energy systems in homes to detonate, as you can see here. Solar energy system also exploded in a number of homes in southern Lebanon. Security systems inside and outside buildings are also detonating, as you see right there. Were these all manufactured in the same place, guys? I doubt it. As the pagers? I mean, I guess it's possible, but I don't think so. Now we have large Israeli military convoys are moving toward the Lebanese border. I've had this confirmed by Mahmoud on YouTube and his account. He put up a short video this morning explaining the same thing. he said a lot of forces are moving from Gaza to the north towards Lebanon. So now 12:08 Eastern, over a dozen of the wounded from today's pager attack are reported to be lawmakers in the Lebanese parliament, specifically members of the Hezbollah party. The Israeli Air Force is currently bombing Hezbollah cells throughout southern Lebanon. Israeli Army radio says that explosions in Lebanon involve cell phones, lithium batteries, biometric identification devices, and other wireless devices. So you see, even Israel's confirming that it was more than just pagers and two-way radios, guys. So the Lebanese Civil Defense Agency also stated that over 60 buildings, as well as 15 cars and motorcycles, caught fire today so far across the country as a result of the explosion of hundreds of two-way walkie-talkies and fingerprint devices used by Hezbollah. Wow. It just keeps getting worse. Unbelievable. And like here, we have a report that shows who is manufacturing these things. Apparently, it's a company called Apollo, and it's Taiwan-owned and manufactured, and have distribution branches in the U.S. and Hong Kong. These were reportedly delivered via Jordan, where they were delayed and weaponized. So Taiwan claims that the pagers exploded in Lebanon were manufactured by a European company under a Taiwanese brand name. The European company is the one that planted small explosive material in the pagers, and the pagers were imported by Lebanon 5 months ago. Now, the company Gold Apollo is going to sue Israel, they say, as the founder told reporters that his company did not make the pagers. Gold Apollo is going to launch a billion-dollar lawsuit against the Israeli government after they admitted that Mossad had planted explosives in the devices. So, airlines to Israel, you blow up pagers, we cancel flights. So, following reports of Israel's alleged mass attack on Hezbollah using exploding pagers in Lebanon, and now we know it's more than pagers, of course, but Air France, Lufthansa, British Airways have all canceled flights to Israel, as well they should, or planes could start going down. So, just saying, if these people would have been on the airplanes and all these things would have been exploding, what would have happened to the airline or the airplane? I mean, just saying. I don't blame them for canceling flights, not at all. Exploding pagers were made in Hungary, says this Taiwanese firm. Gold Apollo says it was not involved in design and manufacturing of the pagers, and that they were made by a Budapest-based company. So the Taiwanese pager manufacturer, whose branding appeared on remnants of beepers that exploded in Lebanon, say they were manufactured by another company in Hungary. The model of pagers used in the detonations in Lebanon was made by Budapest-based BAC Consulting, according to Taiwanese firm Gold Apollo. It said it had only licensed out its brand to the company and was not involved in the production of the devices. So it was a company inside of Hungary that actually made the devices and made the changes to make them blow up. Then we have this story over here on Pro News as well. New bombings in Lebanon. They're blowing up on photovoltaic. I'm not sure what that word is. Smartphones across the country. So massive explosions in Lebanon were a deliberate action to provoke a major war in the Middle East. That's what the foreign ministry is saying in Moscow. New bombings in Hezbollah took place in southern Lebanon on the afternoon of Wednesday, September 18th. According to the Israeli Average Khan, these are reports made in groups in the Lebanese Telegram. Sorry about the translation, guys. Google isn't always perfect going from Greek to English, that's for sure. So as transmitted, 9 are dead and hundreds injured. Many of them have blows to the hands and stomach that, could be added up to yesterday's total as well. According to Reuters, eyewitness and security sources, communication devices, walkie-talkie, wireless transceivers, as the international media used by Hezbollah, have exploded in the southern suburbs. So, and like I said, the translation's not very good, so I will let you read the rest on your own. But wow, a lot going on today, guys, with worldwide Armageddon and local Armageddon around Israel too. So we'll have to see how this plays out, but Armageddon's here. It's just playing out. It's unfolding in front of our eyes right now. And we're going to see it continue to unfold. So I would recommend you be prayed up and prepped up at all times, because Jesus Christ is returning very, very soon. And you don't want to be on the wrong side of him when he returns. Okay? He's the Lion of Judah. He's returning as the lion. And he's returning to take wrath out on this earth and out on people that are against him. So I wouldn't want to be standing against him if I were you. He is the way, the truth, and the life, and no one gets to the Father but through him. Make him your Lord and Savior today while there's still time, because he could come at any second now. We know it's right at the door. We don't know the day, the time, or the hour, but we know it's at the door. Everything's falling into place. Armageddon's taking place in front of our eyes right now in Lebanon. So it's going to continue to play out as the world continues to turn against Israel. And then we're going to see the return of Jesus Christ. So keep your heads lifted up. Your redemption draws nigh. All right, don'tspeaknews.com, home base for everything that we do. But a lot of stuff here we can't speak about anywhere else. Over 2,000 stories and articles here on the website right now, all ready for your research and inspection. Like this one here, Chabad Defector talks about Jewish racism behind the white genocide in World War III. That's something we can't speak about anywhere else, so I put it over here at don'tspeaknews.com. So there we go. All that and much more. If you'd like to know where we are, click the YouTube, BitChute, and Rumble, and Telegram links tab here. And these are all the places where you can find us. If you'd like to support us, click channel support. All the links to support us are right here. Keep in mind, it may show up as go get funding on your credit card statement or your debit card statement. So keep that in mind so you don't file a fraudulent charge, because then that just costs us a bunch of money. So, and then of course, if you want to subscribe to stay updated whenever I put up a new video or a new blog post, type in your email here, click on subscribe, and you're in. If you'd like to email me stories, Don't Speak News at Proton Mail, and we have jstorm2112 at yahoo.com. And there you go. All that and more at don'tspeaknews.com. And that's it for now. God bless. Take care. Johnny Storm, Don't Speak News.